Hey everybody, and welcome back. This is Jason with Roboography. We are flying the Phantom 3 around. What you can see here is the abandoned Bemburg building. It is a artificial silk plant that was built back in 1925. That was when the first groundbreaking ceremony was for the building. They made artificial silk and linens, all sorts of different fabrics. The building has been abandoned for years and years and years. After this little clip, I have a before shot of it. This is actually in downtown Elizabethton off of Elk Avenue, hidden back behind the shopping centers. You can see the big Bemburg smokestack from all around. But we decided to park in the parking lot. You can actually see our van right there down in the right-hand corner, where we were flying from to get video of the building. But it's in rough shape. It's definitely in disrepair. I'm going to try and contact the owners of the building and see if they will allow me inside to do a documentary on the business and the building, and its history, of course. So we will see how that goes. But I thought you guys might like to see this. Everybody always asks about the Bemburg building, so I figured I would get you as much information about it as I could. They started with the plans and concept in the early 1920s. They finalized the plans in 1925 with a small groundbreaking ceremony. They had the, let's see, how does it say it? It gave Elizabethton the largest decade of growth in history in the 1920s. It basically made Elizabethton what it is today. In 1926, they got called the artificial silk. They were also known as rayon. Some people know them as N.A.R.C, which is, I believe, North American Rayon Corporation. Sorry, I'm reading through and catching up on some of this as well. I know some of the history, some of it I'm reading to make sure I get the facts 100% for you guys. The second facility they built, which is the addition to the front of the first one, would make a very similar product to Bemburg, but it would be used entirely different process called the viscose processing. The name of the product was the Lion brand rayon, which is another form of artificial silk. They got plenty of jobs for the neighboring area. That it estimated that after the first 10 years of the plant's existence, that the city population would be more than 150,000 by 1950. It actually did a lot for the community. I'm trying to see here when the exact date that it shut down. It says by 1950 the demand for rayon would decline. The ability for both plants to be flexible would be vital. They started making polyester, and North American Rayon Corporation started making nylon. So both facilities would change owners several times over the years. From February 16, 1974, Bemburg would finally lose its battle with the declining profits and would close its doors for the last time. So that was February 16, 1974, since that building has been operational. Way before I was born. But it's some pretty good flights around it anyway. You can see the other stores in the area there. I spun around so you could see what part of Elizabethton we were in. You can see the roof is absolutely slaughtered there in a few places. The original concrete building and brick building, the roofing and all seems to be good on them. It's these added buildings up front, which you can no longer see, where I just flew forward a little bit. Almost every window's knocked out of the buildings. They're in pretty rough shape. But I thought it would be kind of a cool flight/history lesson to not only learn about it myself, but to show it to you all as I did. Kind of taking you all along for the journey of finding out the history. There's what it looked like back in 1974. Nothing around it now. Everything grew up around it. This is the second flight. I took 3 batteries out there and did 3 or 4 or 5 flights. These were the best ones that I saved for you all. You can actually see there's Ingalls across the street. There's some guys riding skateboards right here. Seem to be pretty good guys. Then you can see me there wearing yellow, flying it. We drove the wife's van up there to do that while we were in town for my son's. Let him ride motorcycles for a little bit. Came in for his basketball banquet too. I don't know why I held this shot for so long. I guess I could have edited that out. Careful of the power lines. Yeah, the surrounding area definitely looks a lot different than it did in that picture of back when it was operational. There was nothing around it. You see Lowe's parking lot there across from this building. Wow, I don't know what happened with the footage there. That was interesting. It wasn't like that when I uploaded. It must have been something went wrong in the upload process. See somebody's new camper back here. Never seen so many air conditioning units on a roof. It's neat the way they did the grid pattern of the wiring. You can see it laid out in perfect lines. There's Lowe's. Sky looks pretty over there with the little bits of blue peeking through. I was awful close to the power lines right there. Wife was afraid I was going to run her over. And this lady, this is an abandoned portion of the parking lot. There's nobody ever back here. That's why the kids were skateboarding. You see this lady coming. I'm flying around. I try and hurry and get out of her way, and she speeds up to try and run over the drone. People are so rude. But oh well, it's part of it. That's Elk Avenue in Elizabethton. A little bit of a different angle of Bemburg. Place looks rough. They should do something with it. I was just playing around here. I should have got a little closer to the smokestack, but as windy as it was, I was a little nervous about getting that close to it. It's a pretty view. Elizabethton is a pretty area. You see the top of the stack is broke off there from weathering and age. Looks pretty rough. And the tops of these little buildings up front are just caving in. This big brick building here to the right, or center block concrete building, and then the brick building both look to be in structurally good shape. But these little ones in front of it, I don't know how much I'd want to walk through them. Well, everybody, thank you for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe. We have another abandoned building coming up for you guys, which should be awesome. We will let you know what that is here very soon, but it should be absolutely spectacular. It is one of the largest abandoned areas in East Tennessee. So we're going to try and get you some walkthrough footage and some aerial footage from all around it. We'll do that with the Phantom 4 and the Phantom 3. And then we'll use the Osmo and our Canon to walk through the building and get some good video for you guys. Buildings. It is actually an abandoned community. But we are working on permission for that now, so we should be able to start videoing of that very soon. Like I said again, thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we will get a bunch more content up for you guys. Thank you again.